Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing my currently inked pens. I'm going to start with my workhorse, my Pilot Metropolitan, which I'm using in my weeks this year. And it has platinum carbon black ink in it. This is one of my favorite pen and ink combinations. I had this inked up almost all of last year. I think it's going to be one that's just permanently inked up in here. I also have the carbon black ink in my TWSBI Eco in the Persian green. This is a stub nib. And this I'm also using in my weeks. The Eco I use for headers so that it's nice and bold. And the Metropolitan gets used for almost everything else. Another pen I'm using in my weeks is my Leonardo Furore Blue Galaxy, and I'm using Diamine Nutmeg in it, which is a shimmer ink. I picked this color not because I like it, it's kind of ugly, to be honest. It goes so well with the sticker sheet that I picked out for the month. It is a really thick line even for a medium nib. So in the weeks, because there's not a whole lot of space, I've been using it in reverse writing just to get a thinner line. Next, I'm using my Lamy Lilac in my 5-year Hobonichi. If I can get it out of the pen loop. There we go. Each year I choose a new color to use in this, and this year I chose Troublemaker Foxglove. If I don't use this daily, it seems to dry up, so I've been having a lot of difficulty getting it to start writing. So let's see if it'll do it this time. Oh, it's gonna prove me wrong. Okay. This is one of my favorite inks. I love the shading in it. The pinks and the purples. It's so pretty, but it is a drier ink, so it can be a bit of a pain in some pens. In my puppy planner, I'm using my Kaweco Sport. This is in the color Pitaya Blush. Last year I used a purple ink, and this year I'm using Sailor Shikiori Sakura-Mori, which smells like burnt electrical wire. I used to carry this Kaweco around with me all the time in my wallet, but I never really used it. It's not my favorite pen. I think it's just too light. This year I'm hoping to get one of the aluminum ones, which I think I prefer because they're a little bit more hefty. This is also not my favorite pink. It's very bright. And this bottle is almost halfway done. What am I gonna do when it runs out? Do they sell a big bottle of it? All of last year I used this pen and ink in my Hobonichi weeks, and I liked it so much that I am just gonna keep it in here and use it in my reading journal. What the hell? Oh my god. Son of a stupid. This I'm using for all my collection pages in the front, just so that they're all consistent. This is the Leonardo Furore Aquapetra, and it's inked up with Yoseka Stationery Origin #1. This is the ink I bought a long time ago, and I didn't particularly love it. It's fine, it's just not a favorite, but I'm trying to use more of my neglected inks this year. I think Yoseka collaborated with Ink Institute for this one. And I'm using it in January in my reading journal. In my plotter, I'm using this TWSBI Diamond 580 in the Prussian blue color. And I have in it Diamine Potpourri from the 2024 Inkment calendar, which is this lovely mauve. This ink, I have noticed, seems a little dry in this fine nib, so I may switch out to a different pen. I'm either going to use this color the entire year in my plotter or just for the first quarter, so I might change it up in April. And then lastly, I have just a Pilot Kakuno inked up with Diamine Tundra. I carry this around with me in my purse and I just use it in my wallet. You can see that it has a lot of pink in here, and that's because I had this inked up with Octopus Fluids Violet Raccoon for like months. I'm not that worried about it. This is kind of like my test pen anyway. It's so boring. I got a lot more inked up still. About this and 2 pen cases full. They're just kind of leftover from last year, and I need to finish using all the ink and clean them. There's no blues in this. What the heck? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite ink and pen combination is. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh my god, my ear is itching, and I saw a reel on Instagram saying that that was like the first sign of perimenopause, and now I'm like, oh my god, am I perimenopausing because my ear's itching? Ugh.